Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation. Because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I seen to. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man show one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out, I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. You might show us stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big man show one stone, so what's good, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Stibby dim day. We in Global TV say certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
In keeping with the tenets of his government, yet another scandal has emerged. If this one is true, which we cannot verify, which we cannot disprove, is quite damning. Not just an Andrew Holness, the Jamaica Labour Party leeching on a lot of other in the power class in Jamaica. Jerry once said, and partner draw, it will all come together organically. The doctors are coming out slowly but surely. The upper echelons of Jamaica, who Miss Lou called the dudefetics of society, are also coming out. This scandal is glaring. What this does, just as with Dr. Roger Hunter, lots of people are implicated in this scandal. Bolo has gone to sea and has come ashore with one big fish. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening and welcome to yet again more corruption coming out of the Andrew Holness government. We were being told that it's not just poor people that Andrew Holness and his cronies doesn't like. It's the whole soddy lot of us, uptown, downtown, round town, behind zinc fence, and even barefoot Cumberland Street that the Prime Minister grew up on. Everybody is feeling the pinch of this government and the Jamaica Labour Party. And we're not going to waste any time tonight. We're going to go straight into the scandal. It's nothing that's surprising, though, is it? It is nothing that would be surprising. It's the usual coming from Andrew Holness and those around the thief. We always know Andrew Holness and Leachin was partner in crime, don't we? It's just that those within their ranks are coming out and telling us these are the criminals that you ought to be careful of. These are the crooks that are destroying our country. This is a big scandal, you know, Andrew Holness. And if you don't come out, come clear your name, all it a go left with is say, like all the other scandals, you've stayed silent to Prime Minister. This one is true as well. Oli Pauno will need to come out because she's not mad. He is not mad. I could tell you for now. So we know. Say she not mad. We know no go say she mad. We know she not drink mad post piss. We know our story don't have no bump and pothole in a hit like the Jamaica Road, Prime Minister. It just straight and plain so. Straight and plain. Straight and plain, Prime Minister. No buck toe, no fumble, no. Names are being called, Prime Minister. Guns, drugs, scamming, robbery. What about the prostitution ring? We never heard of that, but I'm sure, Prime Minister, you all are running prostitution rings as well. Before we get to the Prime Minister, Audrey Marks. Can you keep it professional, darling? Miss Marks. We know that Andrew Holness is wallering over the entire parliament. We don't want to hear from you that Andrew Holness bring many women into parliament, and oh, I thought it was Marlene, and then oh, Marlene thought it was me. Be professional, darling. We know that the whole honor using a back as spare mattress for the prime minister. But keep it professional when you come in a public. We don't want to hear which one honor. The PNP said Andrew David. We know Andrew David the whole honor. So if it is a defense, my dear, it's not bought. All right? Just to say, if it's a defense, not bought. Because we know Andrew David the whole honor. So when you come out, oh, so why you never call road a name? Why when you never call road a name? Or I wonder how well that little banter sit with the don't know if she's wife, baby mother, or concubine cohabiter of the prime minister, because Juliet just silent to everything. So the whole country I broke down around your husband and you're just silent. So but let's go to the scandal, because this is big fish, John ashore. But because I want the thieves to be on screen while it is being played, I'm going to cover the screen with the thieves. So a true representative of the thieves are on screen. The criminals who we know. I refuse to call ghetto youths criminal. I refuse. Like what they want all of us to do is to look down up on ghetto youths as the lesser of society, to look down on ghetto youths as the ones who are creating the crime in our society, to look down on ghetto youths as the one who are responsible for the crimes in society. I refuse to brand ghetto youths as criminal. They are victims. Let's put it straight. Ghetto youth are victims of Andrew Holness, Tom Tavares, Lee Chin, Mayor Feather, and all of these crooked criminals. They're not criminals. They are victims of a corrupt system. How dare you call them criminal? They are victim of lack of opportunity. They are victim of miseducation. They are victim of a badly run down education system. They are not criminals. The criminals are Andrew Holness, Lee Chin, and the rest of the others. So none of you can't get me to call ghetto youth criminals, because they are not. Ghetto youths are victim of a system that is designed to hold them into a particular position. How dare you call ghetto youths criminal? They are not. Their lack of opportunity, they're badly educated, and they are coerced into crime by these very same politicians and businessmen, who they are the only persons who are able with their money and power to ship these guns and drugs into our society. Let's move away with the scandal. Thank you, Debbie Jervis. Carlos Wagwan, what a scandal.
I don't know the individual that I'm speaking to. This is very spontaneous. And so, full disclaimer, she's telling her story and I'm listening. You say your story is big?
It's huge.
It's huge?
Because it has many compartments to it. It has the banks, the company's registry office.
Oh my God.
In Jamaica.
All right, so listen.
National Land Agency.
What I'm going to do is I am going to mute my mic and allow you to speak. So don't worry about me not speaking. Just tell your story, all right?
All right.
All right, go
Sounds
ahead.
good.
You have the floor. Go ahead.
Okay. So I left Jamaica when I was about 18 and a half years old to attend college. I came from a family that had real estate that was passed down from one generation to the next.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you can do what.
And I primarily came to help my dad in 2014 because he was elderly and alone. And my experience includes members of the Jamaica Labour Party and the Freemason Society in Jamaica. From the minute I got to Jamaica, I was being watched because apparently they had designs on my father's estate. The Jamaica Labour Party and the Jamaica Freemasons.
Let me say before we go forward, the Freemason in Jamaica, whether you want to call it the Freemason or the Lodge, it's the same difference. It's a part of the colonial structure. It's the old British structure that still is alive and thriving. It operates here. It operates in the colonies as well. Many people, as a part of high society, have to be a part of the Masons. Particularly when you study law, that I know of and I can speak of. In Britain here, it's broken into two pieces. You have what is called solicitors and barristers. In Jamaica, you have just what you call attorney at laws, where the attorney at law does both what a solicitor and a barrister does. Now, the solicitor does case management, the barrister does advocacy. The solicitor is not really under duty to become a member of the Freemasons. The barrister, though, who argues in front of the crown, who advocates in front of the crown, must be a member of the Freemasons. Therefore, whether Jamaican attorneys want to tell you or not, there are members of the Freemasons. Many doctors are members of the Freemasons. Politicians, many of them, regardless of whatever religious denomination they are from, they are a member of the Freemasons. It is the ruling clan structure. It's a secret society. Nobody now come tell you other than Edward Warmington that I'm a member of the Freemasons. But people you see, business people, politicians, doctors, a lot of those people, even though you might not know they are not, and you might not see them with the symbol, they're a part of the brotherhood. All right? Let's continue.
They pretty much were gang stalking me and trying to engineer aspects of my life because they assumed I'd be the one who would inherit my father's assets. And they had a problem with that because apparently like a whole bunch of them had designs on taking my father's assets for themselves. So what they did though was to, along with family members who were very jealous of this whole situation between my father and I helped him in his company. His company delivered water to schools, prisons, hospitals in Jamaica. That would be potable water from the National Water Commission. And the National Water Commission was taking money off the top of my father's invoices. And I became involved in his business to the point where he appointed me also as a director of his company, much to their dismay. And so they attempted to take over my father's company because we ended up suing the National Water Commission for those invoices. They had stolen $31 million from us. And they threatened my dad, and he was saying that when we discussed company business at night, he was saying that we should drop the lawsuit against NWC. And I told him no, because what are we supposed to do? Give away $31 million of profit that the company made? On top of that, the tax administration wanted to charge us $2 million in taxes. And we told them we're not paying them until they pay up what they owe.
We had one person significantly change their telomere length within 4 days.
To our company. So that became stymied. My father had property in St. Anne's Bay. The St. Anne Parish Council, along with someone who bought a lot, tried to work with an attorney to bring litigation against my father, because they said he was supposed to sell them plus or minus a quarter acre, and the lot line was not accurate. And they tried to put the wool over my dad's eyes, not knowing my dad had the original maps for the land in St. Anne's Bay.
1 second.
And even my father's attorney tried to collude with them for this litigation to proceed. However, I intervened because, as you know, my father and I, we worked in tandem, we worked together. And I let them know that if they disturb the lot line, we'll bulldoze whatever fencing they would put up. And that squashed all of the talk about this false litigation they intended to bring against my father and I. So they could tie up our money, like $350 per hour, to pay these attorneys, and squashed all of that because we have more important things to do. Anyhow, they eventually, I guess my brother, he was part of this Freemasonry and the JLP. And I don't know if he realized the things he was telling me when he tried to come in and take over, such as the fact that he spoke to Andrew Holness.
Oh my God.
Who agreed with the actions that he was taking.
What? What you saying?
Yes.
Hold on,
yes.
hold on. Just back up a bit.
Okay.
Somebody in the chat asked, what is Freemason? Explain that to me.
Lodgeman.
The lodge.
Is that a better?
Like what Everald Wilmington talk about?
The Freemason Lodge, correct.
Okay.
Located on, I believe, is it Barbados Avenue in New Kingston?
I don't know where.
That's the Kingston office.
Okay.
Yes.
Continue, ma'am. I'm sorry to have
the lodge people. Yes. No worries. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I don't remember where I left off now.
Oh, your brother came
yes.
in.
So they also knew that the mayor of Kingston.
And you were saying something about Andrew Holness knowing something about your brother.
Yes, and was agreeing with my brother, telling him he's doing a good job. First in separating my father and I so he could take over. Yes, my brother. And Juliet Holness and Lee Chin. So when we were doing the litigation against NWC, suddenly we heard through the grapevine that Lee Chin had some private interest in NWC. So the law firm I had used to file litigation, they insisted that we needed to produce our banking information. But more than that, they wanted for us to divert our banking to them, to their accounts, whatever invoices, etc., and payment. I told them no. What kind of foolishness is that? Then
remember, me always telling you, Jamaica, be careful of leeching. You guys are allowing the Honorable PM to live rent free in your heads. Third term loading. John, please allow John to stay on and hear the scandal tonight of his corrupt, thieving, crooked, criminal, gun smuggling, scamming, crooked Prime Minister. Allow John to stay on tonight. A long time I tell you, say leeching a scam on of his top bank with leeching.
They said we needed an accountant to corroborate the missing $31 million. So the accountant they put us on to, apparently he told Holness and Juliet about the lucrativeness of my father's business. And he did an audit on all of the banking information I gave.
Hold on. This man had a lot of government contract for delivering water. You ever wonder why so much politicians have water trucks and are in the water business?
Gave to him instead of just the banking with NWC. So they wanted my father's company now. They wanted to take over the type of business my father ran and how it operates. That was their greatest interest. Anyhow, eventually we did win the lawsuit. They settled and they paid back the money, but they paid it back in increments. The only thing is that money came into my JLP Freemason brother's hands, not my father's nor my hand, because my brother, his name is the first and last name of my dad, but not the same middle name. And he was going around saying he was my dad. This is how all this thievery took place of my father and I in Jamaica, is because the JLP people in position at the tax office, even the insurance company.
He trotted through the twilight woods, his thick, russet tail, a mark of his prime.
They were involved. It's like they were, for example, I would pay them 12 months of insurance on one of my father's trucking vehicles, and they would only insure us for 6 months. And then suddenly the police would be stopping us after that 6 months ends and charge us for being uninsured. That type of scam was going on with the insurance company. So another thing was FCIB. When my father was adding me to his bank accounts, they insisted that I check off on the forms that I had to complete. Anyone can sign on my father's bank account, although the option was just him or me. And the teller there, or whatever, bank representative, extremely rude and out of order. I had to comply. So they already premeditated robbing my father's bank accounts. Now, when I first went to Jamaica, my father told me he does not trust these banking people and their staff.
So, for clarity, you don't live in Jamaica?
I had to leave Jamaica.
Mighty God.
I had to leave Jamaica in January of 2022
Mighty God.
because I was threatened. Also, the police were involved, the Constant Spring police station. I can name a lot of names, you know, and some younger women were involved, who presented themselves as a romantic interest to my father. That's a form of prostitution that the lodge does. You know, it's very a very big story. I don't think I could tell you everything today or in this hour.
Yes.
But I have the first-hand knowledge that everything you and the other bloggers are talking about in reference to the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness, Lee Chin, all of that is true. and how these banks run in Jamaica, where they bully people and they think everybody is the same, digging a yam, and you're supposed to do what they say. And if you have an issue with anything they're doing that is um, robbing your bank accounts and you bring it to their attention, well, you need to deal with it yourself because they absolutely have no clue. Another thing was when I would make deposits from collecting on invoices, they would be asking me if I took any money or if I deposited money for a particular purpose. They would be asking me, what is it for? And where did it come from? Knowing my father banked with them for over 20, 30 years.
My God.
Yes. So one of the ways they robbed us, though, it was I didn't know that I needed to present paperwork to them that my father elevated me from the position of company secretary to a director, which would be on the same level as he is. And I didn't show them that paperwork. So towards the end where they were separating, it's a whole group of people that expected to get a payout. Another thing I wanted to let you know, Mr. Bolo, is these things don't just happen to poorer Jamaicans. They happen to Jamaicans who have some amount of wealth that they want to acquire for one reason or another. Now, my father was a very dark-skinned Indian man. He passed away in 2023. The circumstances under which he passed away are very, very strange.
Wow.
For example, he died. No one took him to the hospital. They claim he died. Who knows? He could have been in a diabetic coma. This is in his own house that he built with his two hands. My father was very hardworking. Anyhow, 3 hours later, the same police, Constant Spring police, came to pronounce his death. You understand? There's some
yeah, I'm listening.
shadiness in that. There's some shadiness in that. Mr. Bolo, my father, who is a man of some wealth, no one could take him to the hospital. The hospital staff couldn't declare him or pronounce his death.
Hello?
And it wasn't the first time. They're into a lot of poisoning. These JLP people, they're into a lot of poisoning of people. I heard about a lady, I believe, who died as well. Is it Silvera?
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm not even familiar with that story. I just heard about it.
And this woman, Dalrymple, that's part of her way of gaining wealth too, is to try to disenfranchise the children of people whose properties or estates she wants to take over.
Unless you have a story, you don't have a way to persuade people.
And that's how I first heard of her. An article was ran about her in the Jamaica Gleaner. I think in maybe 2018 or 2019. And it stood out about the Clark estate and her dirty dealings with trying to dispossess the Clark estate holders' children of the inheritance that they were supposed to receive. Yes. So I also was around, for example, Bruce Golding's daughter, because I went to this little place where I used to wait until the traffic would run off before I would drive home. So I met up, I met all these people. Pretty much I did not gravitate towards them. I don't know if they came around me because I was sitting in a place that they're accustomed to sitting in. I'm not sure. But there I also met Michael Lee Chen's nephews, Wayne Chen's sons. And they ran, oh my gosh, I don't remember the name of that bank. Oh my goodness. But my dad had accounts at NCB,
Mm-hmm.
FCIB, and he didn't really want to be at FCIB, but because he had Parkinson's, he wasn't able to walk up into the bank to cash his checks or anything.
Mm.
He would, it was easier for him to drive up to the teller, and it was one of the few banks that had a drive-up teller. The one in Halfway Tree, that
Oh,
branch,
okay.
and very rude to me. My dad um, didn't trust them at all, and he would ask me because we needed a daily amount of cash when we we're doing business
Right.
for gas and also other things. Because my father owned a 50-year-old trucking company,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how he financed our educations abroad and sustained his family.
Right.
Um, and of course, take care of his workers and their families. So um, he had bank accounts at JMMB. Suddenly, I heard that the bank account he had for almost 15 years, when I went to inquire about it, because he had that designated for his funeral, he
Mm.
wanted his body flown to Miami to be buried beside his mom.
Okay.
They cremated my father. That bank account, I was told by JMMB that it was transferred to someone else. The contents of it,
Somebody,
and so
sorry, excuse me. Somebody in the chat is asking me if this story is for real. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot verify anything that she's saying. She's telling her story. All right. So I'm just
it is for real.
we're just listening. So go ahead, ma'am.
It is for real. Whoever is asking, I can't make up these things. This is not something people just make up. Um, they did a lot of this JLP government. And I will tell you, my father was a staunch JLP. And the things that they did to my father is unconscionable.
Wow.
For someone who supported them, my father died when he was 80 years old. And for someone who supported them from God knows when, for them to turn around and do this to him, disgusting. There's nothing in me that is JLP supportive after I saw what they did to my father. They were thick also with the mayor of Kingston, Williams, Delroy Williams.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Woo! Lord of mercy.
Yes.
I'm listening to you, man. This is a lot. Wow.
And there's a lot of involvement with drug trafficking
Oh my God. Lord of
and
mercy.
gun trafficking. And then they want to say, my father, who runs a little water company that's been lucrative and for decades, want to say he was part of that and he was a Freemason or a lodgeman. No way. If even if when I was 13 years old, Mr. Bolo, we got dressed in the morning to go to Queens High School, which is where we attended, me and my sisters. And my father got a
Oh,
phone call,
sisters. You have a lot of sisters.
two sisters
Mm.
and one brother. So um, my father got a phone call. That was when it was a rotary dial phone with a long twirly cord. No cell phones existed then. It was coming along in the time of having beepers. So the person on the other line told him they were going to kill him if he did not join the syndicate.
What?
Yes. Threatened my father. So I think even if my father became one of them, it wasn't by choice. I don't think he did because I never saw any of him wearing their ring or him associating with them. I think it was more like he was running away from them. because I got to realize that you can't really have it once you have a lucrative business in Jamaica, they are targeting you because they want some of that money, you know, and they do extortion, money laundering, all kinds of things. So, um, my father was very afraid to pass away alone because all of us were in the United States. But I went through a difficult divorce. So he asked me if I could stay with him and help him with his business. And that is what I did. But instead, they, just like they did to that doctor, the two doctors, Dr. Dawes and the other doctor recently, where they destroy the reputation and character, telling people, slandering me that I came to Jamaica to kill my father and take his wealth.
What?
Yes,
Yo,
when
this is
they're the ones
wild.
with pretty much everything Andrew Holness says and does, which is he does things and then says it's somebody else who did it to him. That's pretty much what they did to me. So what we're seeing going on in Jamaica, I went through on an individual level. Now it's happening on a larger scale
Listen,
to gaslight the Jamaican people.
have you ever reached out to Will Rattigan or Mr.
Yes, I have. I have received no response.
Oh, you
I've written an affidavit, and they blocked me in the court as well.
wait,
I
wait,
even
wait,
tried
what?
to submit. I even tried to submit to the other court, the Caribbean court, and they blocked me there as well.
What was in the affidavit?
It was telling you pretty much with a bit more detail my experience and what my father went through, what my father and I went through.
Oh my God.
I sent the affidavit to Mr. Rattigan. He has not responded. I sent the affidavit to the United Grand Lodge of England. So one of the things they do, just like they did to Dr. Dawes and the other doctor recently, is try to say we're insane. Because the contortedness of what they've done to us and trying to convince the public something is wrong with us, and we're making this up because their reputations are stellar, trying to attack us on a mental health level, which we've, those are two doctors. They're going to know how to circumvent that. So will I, because I am part of the mental health care community. So I understand all of this type of trauma, and the trauma is meant to break you down, but we know how to circumvent that because of our training. And I'm not calling myself a doctor like the other two men, Dr. Dawes and the other doctor, but I'm just saying we know how to circumvent these things from them having a serious impact on our mental health. But this is how they behave. There is an agenda that they've practiced for decades in the lodge. It's all about organized crime. Because about a few months after I was going through all of this,
That bit is really so true. The lodge is really about organized crime. It is what Britain used as its organized tool of crime during slavery and its imperial and colonial era. It's really a gang of crooks wherever they are based on this planet. They are a gang of criminals, perverts, and child
I
abuse.
recognized that it was organized crime because it was done in such a way that it almost was seamless.
Your money, Jamaicans. Your money. Your money. Definitely not safe with leeching. Your money, Jamaicans, definitely isn't safe in Leeching's bank. So you see why they went after Mr. Bolt. Don't get rich around them. Don't get rich around them, Jamaica, because they are coming for you. JLP don't like to see nobody thrive. Nobody not to rub 2 cents against one another. If you think you're bad, try to make it around this fleet of Jamaica Labour Party led by Andrew Holness and see if they not do anything to take you down. They've gotten rid of the father and they've chased the daughter out of Jamaica. And them and the Mason Lodge brother con and steal all the wealth share between him and them. The only thing might save him is the third term that Andrew Holness thought that he will not or never get. For Andrew not come after him, for where him help thief and him father and sisters to fatten the JLP camp. Them guns where Desmond Mackenzie walk and creep up. Desmond Mackenzie and Horace Chang. Them guns. What are going to do with them? Because we're not checking with violence throughout the whole election cycle, you know. This Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness-led government, more and more, we did always say Andrew not like poor people. But professional Jamaica, rich Jamaica is coming out to tell us, you can't stand there. You think one Andrew don't like. A true we are suffer in a silence. A true we sit down, a suck salt through wooden spoon, and we don't want to come downtown behind Crossroad, come walla in a dot like Uno.
Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Ball out. Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
Ball out uptown. Ball out. Don't make depression kill you no. Don't make it go on like say we want them take set pan. Uptown and professional Jamaica. Stop shield this government. A holy pound have things to say about this government. Uptown Jamaica. A time for no come out. The IC drop off some investigation report. Lord Jesus. God help Andrew Holness government and scandal. Just wondering to their warrants it Tuesday. So sectoral debate going on now. It's possible that they might hold on to them until next week, Tuesday. It is possible that Juliet Holness might attempt, as she did when those two reports concerning Nigel Clark, hold on to them until after the general election, or return them as she did when we found out that she have them sitting on and refuse to table them. I wonder if this could be any of the illicit reports. If these are illicit reports, there's more bomb dropping at the foot of the most corrupt government we've ever had. So we will be waiting. I wonder if they will be giving Cliff Hughes anything to leak. Because, once it gets to Parliament, somebody always pinch Cliff and tell Cliff. Then the PNP must rile against it, beat and teach. The PNP must rile against it if they do, because the protocol is to have a report tabled in Parliament as soon as possible once it is been received from the Commission. So, as today is Tuesday, and beyond the sectoral debate, we usual proper sitting where we see them do Bruma Hawk is on a Tuesday. So we would be expecting them to table those reports next Tuesday. So if they fail to table those reports, the PNP must kick straight into gear, because this government should not be able to continue to cover up their corruption as they go along. Let's get back to the end of Bolo's information.
Or he was saying it believing that I would be dead soon, or I wouldn't be able to have the opportunity to talk about this, or that I would have fallen into mental illness.
So two questions. Is your brother still alive? And he's still involved with the JLB?
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
But he destroyed my father's company, sold everything that my father built and worked for, except for my father's land in St. Anne's Bay, which is, I got to understand, is in the process of being sold.
Somebody just asked me if you tried to reach out to Partner TV, Andre Stevens.
No, I haven't.
Do you have his contact number?
If it's the one that's on his program, I could use it there. But would you text it to me?
I'll try.
On WhatsApp?
I definitely will.
I appreciate
this is a lot. This is way over my pay grade.
I have the first-hand experience, Mr. Bolo. I have the first-hand experience that everything they're doing, the way they behave, these JLP people, is not fantasy, it's fact. The gaslighting of the Jamaican people, the robbery and the theft. Now, a lot of what took place against my father and I took place in 2021.
So you're telling me if I drink this instead of coffee, that's going to wake me up all the same, it's going to kick me into focus mode, make me feel like $1,000,000?
From 2020 to 2022 was the height of this government crime in Jamaica. 2020 to 2022 was the height of Andrew Holness's crime, while that was the most repressive time for us under the Andrew Holness regime. Are you aware? The time when he had us locked down, the time when Andrew Holness were hungry, that was the time Andrew Holness and his cronies are committing crimes to enrich themselves.
Isn't that odd? It's around the time Andrew, with his 21 bank accounts and SSL became, a big loss. And what's his name? Lee Chin was liquidating his assets and fleeing. Isn't that odd? Anyhow, I'm hoping that I answered your question.
Yeah, about to send you the number right now. Okay. Yeah,
All right.
this is.
I don't know how Mr. Stevens would be able to help me, but
I
I did
mean,
try my best. I even tried to uh, employ around 12 attorneys in Jamaica in 2021, and none of them took my case because they all belong to the lodge. They all belong to the lodge.
Woo! Listen, I'm gonna send you the dude's number right now. This is
I appreciate that,
the
Mr. Bolo.
wildest thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry. It's sent. It's sent.
Okay, no. Okay.
All right. All right.
I thank you for helping me to express myself in this manner to your listeners, because I would like the Jamaican people to know that even if they're not, I think we're all up against something like this with this government in different ways and on different levels. And this is why I wanted the Jamaican people to know that what they're going through is real. And no one should be able to talk them out of thinking that what they're going through is not real, which is what Andrew Holness likes to do. So,
all right.
I thank you for your time.
You're most welcome.
Your listeners' time. Okay.
All right.
Take care.
All right.
Okay, doke. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good one.
You heard it for yourself. I'm going to keep the program concise to the information put out tonight. Are you surprised? Because I'm not. We all know Andrew Holness is a thief. We all recognize Lee Chin to be a thief for quite some time now. We know our politicians are gun and drugs smugglers. We know they're scammers and we know they're robbers. It is really not surprising. What is interesting, what is rather interesting, is that upper echelon society of Jamaica, influential Jamaica, hold on, where is my thingy? Influential Jamaica is now coming out. And I've always been saying this. The people who've got influence in the struggle have gone to silence. The people in the struggle, the influential people in the struggle, those in the upper class of society, or the educated and professionals of society, who gives inspiration to those in the ghettos and villages to say, if those who we are told by society to aspire to these things, and then those people are meeting it, what says us down here? Natasha B, I would suggest you possibly watch over the program on YouTube, because it's quite a exposure information that we cannot verify or deny that it's not true. But it's the caller was explaining the robbery that her family went through with the Jamaica Labour Party government. Her father had a trucking business and was trucking water to various different government linked Galangin and quite rich people, and the government tried to rob him. They tried to get him into the Brotherhood of the Lodge. They managed to possibly get rid of him, threatened the daughter. The daughter had to leave Jamaica, gone back to the States to live. And the brother, who is associated with Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party, has dissolved or sell off the company. Don't know if he share up the money with him and Andrew and the rest of them. But allegations also made as to Dalrymple trying to trick people out of their inheritance. Mayor Feather and the lot with gun and drugs running with those lots of politicians and businessmen. So it's quite a complicated exposure. So you can watch it back, whether be on Bolo or on Global TV. Carlos also replayed it as well. So you will get a proper gist of the information that she put out. But the Jamaica Labour Party and Andrew Holness is at the center of these allegations. The Jamaica Labour Party and Andrew Holness is at the center of these allegations. And we're calling on the Prime Minister to come out and affirm, or we don't expect you to affirm, but to strongly deny the allegations put forward. Failure to do so, Prime Minister, we will have no choice other to believe that this is another corruption. This is another scandal, which is true because the Prime Minister usually stays silent when scandals in his government are true. Thank you all very much. We want to keep it to that information tonight. So thank you very much for being here tonight. Join us back tomorrow morning when we will continue the discussion of the exposure we've just heard tonight from a plethora of politicians that is in an organized criminal gang against the people of Jamaica. Thank you and good night from Global TV.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone and it pick a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that they only sit aside and rob and cheat and not press the poor. Make up what I seen to make a man throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make a man throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Joe and Stone, and it bring a bad feeling to awaken men. Oh, what a black baby man, Joe and Stone, and it bring a bad feeling to awaken men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, big man Joe and Stone, and it bring a bad feeling to awaken men. Oh, what's a black big man Joe and Stone, and it bring a bad feeling to awaken men. Rasta man Joe and Stone, and it bring a bad feeling to awaken men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.